Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of RF Download. Now this week, we're actually down at Bunbury for another event of Avalanche. Now, Avalanche is like a small LAN party, and at the moment they're actually having their 14th event. It's actually on there a little bit late hours. Everyone's just sort of done their major tournaments and just sort of slowly packing up, but that's okay. The show must move on. Anyway, this is what we got for this week, and of course, let's roll the intro. Now, MSI has actually leaked out a few details of Intel's upcoming chip, as I believe it's Coffee Lake. Now, we all believe that Coffee Lake is going to be a 6-core mainstream CPU. It's actually be the first time they're actually be increasing from 4 cores to 6 cores. And that's actually pretty good. Compared to the 6-core AMD Ryzen 5 6600X, they actually have a bit of a really simple performance, and at best, slightly better. Intel Coffee Lake is actually going to be featured on the LGA 1155 socket. No, not 1155 socket, 1151 socket. But it could be only supported on the the upcoming 300 series, but we don't know. Now, according to one of the tests, the Coffee Lake 6-core processor actually achieved 4,619 points on a single core performance and 20,828 points on multi-core tests, while the Ryzen 5 6800X actually did around about 4,574 points on single core and 20,769 points on multi-core tests. So it is slightly a little bit faster, but who knows? You have to keep in mind that this is only just a preview. There's no official confirmation of the results we're going to get, and of course, there could be changes with some microcodes that could actually could actually affect the performance of either CPUs, both Intel or AMD. Now, Coffee Lake is due to launch on the second half of 2017, but again, these sort of results is a little bit early, so I do suggest that you take this as a grain of salt. But this is actually great for Intel to have a 6-core CPU for the mainstream market. And of course, as we all know with the Ryzen 7 launch, there is now competition between AMD and Intel. Awesome. Next big thing on the news is the whole massive dilemma of the single-player modding on GTA 5. Now, the single-player modding tool, OpenIV, is finally returned back on the internet after the Rockstar has got in touch with the developers and trying to discuss a few things of the actual tool and trying to do some changes to protect the multi-side of GTA 5. Recently, it was being taken down by a cease and desist request from Take-Two, and that actually brought in a massive backlash for the whole community. If you actually look at the Steam store for GTA 5 and also GTA 4, which is kind of weird, there's been a massive flood of negative reviews from many fans of the tool. Now, this is a massive win for both the modding community and also the players. And that means, we get to play the games that really want, and just to get to try some mods here and there. And of course, Rockstar will be keeping in touch with the OpenIV developers to make sure that the modding tool won't be used in GTA Online, which is a big deal because cheating on GTA Online, that's pretty bad, and you should be ashamed of yourself, man. Now, a couple of things for Nintendo for this week. Nintendo actually announced the SNES Classic, your little small retro console like the NES Classic they released last year. The Super Nintendo Classics is going to include 20 games and also an unreleased version of StarCraft 2. Other games coming with the console will include Super Metroid, Final Fantasy 3, which is actually number 6, but due to some naming things, I don't know, it's just sort of weird. F-Zero, The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past, and Mega Man X. And I believe we're also going to be getting some games that were unreleased in Australia. I believe that's going to be Super Mario RPG. By the way, that is an amazing game, and you should play that. Now, I believe it's going to be released on September the 30th, which is actually going to be the same day as RFLAN 59. So we could see some consoles for our next event after RFLAN 58, of course. But if you're going to do some pre-orders, well, bad news. Pre-orders already been sold out from EB Games, but I believe that JB Hi-Fi is still allowing for pre-order, so you could go for those guys, but I don't know when or if they're actually going to be getting those consoles by Christmas or in time. Now, as for a lot of people, the Super Nintendo was my bit of a childhood console myself, and there are a few games that I can play tons and tons of hours on, and even to this day. Star Fox 2 is going to be a really, really good addition to the console, and now I know that Nintendo has addressed that they're going to be making more consoles than the NES Classic, but that won't stop for a few other people to buy the console and then selling it again on eBay for an extra buck. And for those guys, shame on you. But we'll have to wait and see. Are you going to be getting the SNES Classic? Comment down below. Come on, I know we want to. Next thing according to Nintendo, well, not really, is the Rainway streaming app developer, Andrew Sampson, has actually shown some gameplay footage of the streaming app running on the Nintendo Switch. Whoa, cool. Now, he actually showed us some gameplay footage for his Twitter account, showing some PC games running on the Switch, or streamed to the Switch, I'll rephrase. The games like Nier Automata, I was talking to Hitman, some other RPGs I can't remember off the top of my head, but I believe they are all running streaming to the Switch at 60 FPS. A little bit dicky at the moment, since it actually uses a web browser, which you can do it on your PS4 and Xbox One, and technically on the Switch, since that console does have a web browser when you're joining on some particular Wi-Fi access points. But according to the developer, the Rainway app will be available through to the Nintendo eShop, but don't know when or if that will happen. But that would be a really, really great app to have on the Nintendo Switch. I mean, I'd love to be able to stream games on the little handheld and just play it on the bed. Who knows? Would you like to as well? Comment down below. Last but not the least, but Blizzard has finally announced a release date and the price for StarCraft Remastered. Now, we don't know what the StarCraft Remastered is going to be. It's going to be like a massive, massive HD overhaul of the original game back in 1996. Now, the new version of the game will support 4K graphics, improved audio, redone mission intros, and support for Blizzard friends and matchmaking. It actually is going to be fully compatible with the original version of StarCraft, which, at the moment, you can actually now play for free. It will actually be launching at August the 14th, 2017, and for our price in Australia, it will be $21.95. Now, of course, I get to play StarCraft for free, absolutely free now, which is absolutely great. But would you be interested of playing the actual remaster and be able to play it on your ultra wides or 4K monitors or just a general 1080p monitor? I mean, I think it's worth the price. I mean, the amount of detail they're actually putting on the sprites and all the units and trying to have this authentic look of the game, like the original look, actually looks pretty damn stunning. I mean, I will be playing that and probably get my ass kicked online. But would you actually be playing it? Again, and that's it for the RF download. Now, as with RF 58, which will be happening next week, tickets are still available, so feel free to get some tickets before they're sold out or you miss out. Of course, if you do miss, well, another power out. Wow. Oh, jeez. We're going to be waiting for a bit until the power comes back on, so I'm not sure you can see me at the moment, but I guess we're just going to continue after the power goes back online. So, yeah, now for the waiting game. So we finally got some power back online. It actually kind of reminds me of the old, RFLAN days. But speaking about RFLAN, if you still want to go down to RFLAN 58 next weekend, we still got some tickets available, and you can get them by going now to rflan.org and sign up and get it from there. But if you do want to get involved with the community, say hi and things like that, then we do have a Discord channel. And you can find that by going down to discord.gg/RFLAN and just say hi. Tag me if you want to. Usually name is Firestorm, or if anyone's trolled me and changed my name, I'll be that. But as always, you have been watching RF Download, and I'll see you guys next time.